Hi, welcome to Nanyang Education's Primary School Problem Sum series, where we go through upper primary problem sum techniques. In this video, we'll be covering part 5 of our series, Remainder, and we'll go through the basic techniques for this topic. Under our problem sum technique playbook, we have 10 different techniques to go through, and we are only halfway through, so be sure to follow us for more content. So for this video, the lesson plan will be as such. First, we'll cover a basic question with a step-by-step guide. Next, we have another basic question for you to try on your own. And lastly, to really test your understanding, we have an intermediate difficulty question for you to try on your own. Without further ado, let's jump right in. So let's read this question 1. Henry spent 2 out of 5 of his money on lunch and half the remaining on a drink. If he had $6 left, how much money did he have at first? So our first step will be to draw a diagram that shows Henry's money as follows. So Henry, we draw a model, and we split his money into 5 parts. After that, we shape the amount of money Henry spent on lunch and the drink. So we shape the 2 parts that Henry spent on lunch, and then we can draw our model for what he has remaining, which is as long as 3 parts. Now, we divide this into 2, and we shape one of the 2 parts because that's the money he spent on a drink. Now with this model, we should get the LCM of the number of segments. That will be the number of units. Now what does that mean? So 3 of Henry's segments, the ones that are unshaded, is equals to 2 of the remaining. So we should let this be equals to 6 units. That's what it means. That way, we can easily find out what 1 unit is. Because half the remaining money is 6 units times half, which is 3 units. This is the unshaded region in the remaining group. And as the question tells us, this is $6. As such, we can find out that 1 unit is $2. Now with this model, and 1 unit equals $2, we can solve for Henry's money at first. Henry has 5 segments of money at first. And this is 5 times 2 unit, 10 units. Which is 10 times $2, $20. So that's our answer. Henry had $20 at first. Now let's do a recap. First, we draw a model with equal segments. Then we shape the number of segments that is lost. We can do it both times, one for the food, one for the drink, as in the previous question. And we do the same for however many fractions we have that the question gives us. Next, we get the LCM of the number of segments. That will be the number of units, and then we can find out what 1 unit is. Finally, we can solve the question. Now that we have learned how to do the questions, let's attempt another one. So Jen had some hamsters. She gave 1 out of 7 of them away to her friend, and the next day she gave half the remaining hamsters to her cousin. If Jen had 24 hamsters left, how many hamsters did she have at first? Feel free to pause the video and attempt the question. You can resume once you're ready. Alright, so our first step is to write down Jen, and we draw a model and divide it into 7 equal parts. We shape the 1 part that she gave to her friend. Then we draw the remaining number of hamsters. We make sure that the length is equals to 6 bars, and then we divide it into 2 parts. We shape half of it, as this is the remaining hamsters that's given to Jen's cousin. Now we find out that the LCM of 6 and 2 is 6. So the remaining is equals to 6 units. That is equals to 6 of Jen's parts as well. So 1 of Jen's part will be equals to 1 unit. Now let's look at the remaining. Since there are 6 units of hamsters in the remaining, we can find out what the unshaded region is. This is 6 units divided by 2, 3 units. And as the question tells us, Jen had 24 hamsters left. So 1 unit equals to 8. Now the question asks how many hamsters Jen had at first. That would be 7 units, which is 8 times 7, 56. So that's our answer. Jen had 56 hamsters at first. Now let's try an intermediate difficulty question. Ren had some milk. He drank 1/4 of it in the morning, and at night he drank 20% of the remainder. He was left with 840 ml of milk. So how much milk did he have at the start of the day? Feel free to pause the video and attempt the question. You can resume once you're ready. Alright, so first we draw a model for Ren and we divide it into 4 parts. We shape one of those parts as he drank 1/4 of it in the morning. For the remaining, we make sure the length is equal to 3 parts. Then we divide it into 5 of them, and we notice that Ren drank 20% of this remaining, so we shape one of it. Now we take the LCM of 3 and 5 and we get 15. So 3/4 of Ren is equals to the 5 segments. And this is 15 units. With that, we can find out what one segment is, which is 15 units divided by 5, 3 units. So now we can find out how much remaining milk was there in terms of units. This is the 4 remaining segments that are unshaded, which is 3 units times 4, 12 units. And as the question tells us, this is 840 ml. As such, we can find out that 1 unit equals to 70 ml. Now with all this information, we can find out how much milk Ren had at the start of the day. Let's find out what 1/4 of Ren's total milk is. We take 15 units divided by 3 and we get 5 units. So how much did he have in total at first? We take 5 units times 4, 20 units, which is 20 times 70 ml, 1400 ml. So that's our answer. Ren had 1400 ml of milk at first. Did you get it? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!